Okay, good.
Everybody's on college. Okay, welcome everybody to the Public Site and Building Commission meeting for Wednesday, November 12th, 2025. And would everybody please stand and we will say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. I'll call the meeting to order, and please put your phones on silence if you can, so we're not disturbed. Okay. There's nobody here, so second item, public input. No new correspondence. Everything has been sent out. Okay, so the next one is the approval of the minutes from the past meeting of October 22nd, 2025. Anybody have any comments or additions or anything?
Move their acceptance.
Okay. So I make a motion, that we
Just
accept
made
it.
a motion.
Oh,
Second.
okay, second it. Okay, sorry.
Okay.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye. I wasn't here. I abstained.
It was like.
Yeah, I was. Give an extra agenda.
Yes, I do. And I have another agenda, maybe pass it down to, if they want. Okay, there's no new business, so we'll start with the old business. And the first item on the agenda is the Bethel High School HVAC project that we're doing, and we're going to turn it over to Rick.
Hi, everyone. Just giving you a little update here first. Status of the project. I was out there last Tuesday, I believe it was. Not this week, last week. And with Kohler Ronan and walked the site and done the following. So the ductwork on the roof is all up on the roof and connected. There's some modifications that we have to make to it just to gain better access to the DOAS units. Make sure that we can perform maintenance on it and whatnot without kind of crawling on your hands and knees. So either take a couple of the stretches of duct and either raise it or lower it to provide better access. And then because the ductwork basically surrounds these units. So in order to get in there to do the maintenance, we wanted to make it a little bit easier. So the contractor is doing that currently. Insulation has not begun on the ductwork up there yet. I'm told by Joey, who is the Save More site contact, who walked us through that, that this is going. I got in touch with him today, and this is going to be begin next week. What I'm told here. Electrical panels. So the electrical panels, 2 electrical panels. One has been installed, and in speaking to Joey this afternoon, they're planning on livening the first panel up tonight in the school. Exhaust fans. All the exhaust fans have been put in place. About half of them are currently active and running. There is an issue with some of the other ones, just tracing out the power source. There was a number of these fans that were abandoned or not working at the beginning of the project. So they're currently tracing those out to see where the power is and to get those running. But those are progressing and moving that forward. We mentioned about a sprinkler shutdown that was pending. This did occur last week. So they did do the sprinkler shutdown and raise the sprinkler pipe. There was an issue with that where the contractor didn't clear the panel after it was done. So there was an issue. Tyler may have more information on that, but there was an issue on that the following day where they didn't clear the panel. So that they did have to reset the panel. There was a fire event. And when I say event, it was just because of a panel. There wasn't a fire, but they did have to clear the school. Correct, Tyler?
Correct. The fire panel went into alarm. There was no discharge of water, but it did cause an evacuation of the school.
So that occurred last week, and I did speak to Joey today, Tyler, after our meeting. Let him know about that. There is one, as far as I know, it's just one roof issue that is pertaining to the roof work that's done up, has been worked on for the HVAC units, and that's been brought to their attention and will be addressed by the roofers. Currently, the electrical, like I said, the panels are being installed. The electrical has been run as far as they can. They need to bring it up in through the roof, and they're waiting on the roofer to provide them with that access. And I asked Joey why the roofers weren't out there today, and he's just said that they couldn't get them out there. They've been trying for a few days to get them out, so they're having an issue getting their vendors to site. But they are coming out at the latest Monday to provide that, so we can keep that moving forward. They're naturally are doing electrical work currently, but we wanted to make sure that they had all the availability possible to keep performing their work. I believe that's it as far as the update schedule. So we've had this schedule that we've had for about a month. It's in the drive. It looks like we're running behind on that schedule. When I spoke to, I've been trying to get that from Jason, who's on vacation this week, our Save More contact, trying to get some information out of him. And, he's always giving us the nod. Yeah, we're doing well. We're doing well. Speaking to Joey today, he does think we're about a week behind. I know we had a conversation, OAC meeting this morning with Kola Ronan, and he agrees if we can get a lot of people there and things organized, they could probably hit the schedule. But based on what we've seen and the lack of kind of oversight that they have, there's nobody there. Joey's is a Save More oversight person, if you will, but he's not really a general contractor oversight. He's more of a foreman overseer. So they need a little better coordination on that. But I'm looking at probably a week behind our existing schedule, which showed us a substantial completion the 28th of November, and then moving off the site the first week of December. But again, waiting for Jason to get back on Monday, see if we can get an updated schedule based on the current events that we have. So,
All right, Rick, we're not gonna have a meeting, again this month. So is there a way that we can keep tabs of the progress of the project, if it's behind schedule?
Yeah, we do have a schedule, an OAC meeting every week. So Tyler's typically on. It's typically Tyler, Save More, myself, Kola Ronan, among others, who's available to join. Chris Dorati as well joined us today. So we do have that, and I can submit the updated schedule for once we find out for next week.
So regarding the roof issue, is that can you say more about that? Is that a roof leak? Is this part of the contract? What's the roof issue?
Yeah, I think it's just where they put some of their supports in. It appears that they probably didn't. They've just got to patch the cracks. I know the roof. Tyler, correct me if I'm wrong. The roof is brittle anyway, but when they're putting that in, putting their supports in, they didn't adequately patch it up.
Yeah, I was just made aware of this afternoon, so I haven't laid eyes on it in person. The photographs I received, it is the supports, but it is the vertical seams on the supports they put on the roof are cracking and splitting open. It is not where they tied into existing roofs. So yes, Rick, the existing roof is old and brittle and beyond end of life, but that's no excuse for this. None of the material that is splitting or seams that are opening that I was just made aware of is the old roof membrane. It is all new material that they put on the roof. But my custodians, when they flagged it to me, they also informed me that they mentioned it to Joey today. Joey's aware and working on getting the roofer on it.
Yeah, I did speak to Joey about that this afternoon after you forwarded me that picture as well.
Okay, so, and I know that, you're gonna leave, here at the end of the month. So, Brian Dupree? is
Yeah,
Mark-
Mark Dupre, he's actually the project exec. He's my boss at this point.
Yeah.
So he will be taking over. I think he sent out a communication today saying that he might not be able to make it because he's out in Rhode Island.
Right.
And would try to call in, but evidently he couldn't make it.
Yeah, so he did say that, but he will be taking over from for your responsibility once you leave, I guess right at the end of the month. So I asked him to please keep in touch and coordinate with you what he has to do to keep us, informed on what's going on.
Right, and he was at our OAC meeting this morning, this morning, and we'll be at the ones moving forward as well. So
Those meetings, OAC meetings are every Tuesday?
correct. Tuesdays. Typically, we had it today because yesterday was a holiday, but yeah, typically every Tuesday at 11:30.
So Mark will be doing the OAC meetings
Correct.
late. So Mark will do the OAC meetings. We don't have a meeting, as Roger said, in 2 weeks. So if something comes up in 2 weeks that needs our immediate attention, would we need to have a special meeting on a different day, night? I mean, the 2 weeks is the day before Thanksgiving, which makes it difficult for some people just because of travel, et cetera. So
If there's something that comes up that would need a special meeting, we can address that and send out a communication to the board and see if we can get a quorum to conduct the meeting.
okay.
Right.
And did you discuss the change order yet?
No, I did not. He just briefed us. Did you see it, by the way?
I just know if it's the new thing that was sent out today, I
Yeah.
didn't get a chance to see it.
Just read the middle too, so they put some towards the allowance.
So this is a change order proposal for the wiring feed to the existing heater in the vestibule, yes?
Yes,
Correct.
right.
Correct.
Yes. Okay, so what I said in my email, and this does have the Kohler Ronan signature, which we would need, obviously, before Dan would sign it, but we also have the previous change order. So we have two previous change orders. We have the alternate, which is the 120,000, but then we had the credit. So that should be reflected somewhere, and it also should be reflected in the Save More applications for payment, which I didn't see in the last one. So how do we
Did you read
reconcile all of that?
in the middle there, it says that they're gonna credit some of that towards the allowance.
But the numbers need to be correct, and I don't know if they are.
The numbers so this, I don't know if you received what I sent you out this morning. So I asked Jen Stoddard of Save More to address that in the cover sheet. where instead of the new contract sum including this change order, which on the initial one that I sent out was the total value of the change order, which was 3370.42. In the latest one that I sent, it reflects the increased value of $1,273.32.
Right, but it says increase slash decrease. Which is it?
It's
We
an, it's an,
Full one?
Well, it's an increase.
it's an increase.
So if we're giving it to somebody official from the town to sign it, should we circle increase and cross out decrease?
In the change order, Rick, it just has a line item and it says this is a change, increase slash decrease. So
The contract sum will be increased slash decreased by this change order, and it has an
Oh,
amount.
Yeah,
set.
no, yeah, it would be circled increased.
So it's an increase.
And it's an increase, which should be reflected in the new contract sum.
And you're saying that this increase includes the credit change order that we approved, I don't know, a month and a half ago.
That's the total piece to it.
Correct.
I mean, unless I
Does
missed
it?
something, it doesn't, because it's the, that
doesn't.
amount is, there's the change order invoice right below it, it's the 3,370.42. I don't see the credit, there's no,
Do you
On
need
those
this?
invoices,
Do
I
you
don't
need
see
this
it.
to look at? Somebody needs this to look at?
I have it on my computer, I can see it.
Right.
Here. So look, yeah, 3,370.42,
Hang on a second.
3,370.32 is the total proposed change for this specific change order for the wiring. You have the wiring, the cost of the wire, the cost of Muscati Electric, and the materials. So I don't see where, and the upcharge, their 20% upcharge. So I don't see anything where it gets reduced by anything, unless I'm missing it. But I don't, you don't see it.
No, this change order isn't reduced. The change order value is the same. It's because we're taking it out of their allowance.
I think.
And there's a line, I think 415, if I'm not mistaken, whatever it is in the schedule of values. If you, yeah, 415. There's $2,000. How much is in there? Allowances.
97.10.
Where do you see that?
Right, 2,000. Yeah. So that's what's left in there. So they would just take that because that's already in their contract. So the additional monies to the contract is that $1,200 piece, $1,273.32.
Yes.
Yeah, because I thought we were dealing with this right here. That's a different, this is their schedule. This is the change order proposal. See this? So this change order proposal that I'm looking at here isn't supposed to have any reduction on it. It's just the 3370.42. Correct. And that's on here somewhere.
No.
It's on the cover page.
It's on the
I just
cover
added the
page,
cover
right.
page. It's correct.
I have that document.
Yeah, and it, because the
yeah,
I have that document right here.
3,742,500 is the original amount plus the 120,000 plus the 1,273.32 equals the 3,863,733.32. But you're looking at these other pages, correct?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at.
They're not adding up right?
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't see the other.
yeah.
And there's a whole schedule. This is the continuation page.
Because these are the additional pages, which I don't know if they're the same pages that Tom has, because they're, well, maybe because yours are in color, Roger, I don't know.
Oh, no, this is different.
Yeah, no, if we look at the, you're correct. Okay, so if we look at the
You're gonna pass that down.
the town of the application for payment number 10,
Yeah, that's not.
and you go to line 3. Okay, so you have the initial value of 3742,500. Then the net change orders, that 112 is the is the 120 minus the credit we took for the platforms, which is not reflected in this change order.
Should it be?
It should be, yes.
So I don't think we should have this change order signed the way it is. I think it needs to be corrected.
Yeah, I'll have them correct it.
So can we have them continue to do the work? It's not like we're gonna say, no, now we're not gonna pay for it. Can we have them continue to get the work done? 'Cause it's gotta get done. And get together a updated, improved, corrected change order before we have our official sign it. Before we approve it and then have our official sign it. And it needs to have credit and then this increase. It needs to have the 120 increase plus the credit plus whatever this increase is.
Correct.
Because if the credit plus the increase equals the 112 or the 1,273.32. That's the little wonky paperwork calculating, bookkeeping, something.
Yeah, so really the second line of this, instead of the 120, should be the 112, should be the 112, 150.
Yeah.
And
No.
then the
Can it be spelled out like it's, yes, we added the 120, then we got a credit of the 2,000 something or whatever it was. Or if the application for payment has a total change, which I think it does, I don't have it here. I haven't had time to look at it.
yeah, it does. Down at the bottom corner, and that changes.
Change order is the total of credits and increases. So yes, that would be fine.
Right.
The
It's listed
application-
at the bottom.
Yes, on the application for payment, yes. On the change order, I don't.
No, it's not.
Right. Yeah, the change order is effectively showing the summary, but the rec for payment has all of the correct amounts. But the summary is wrong on the change order.
Then it should be updated, right?
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I'll get that cover sheet. The change order itself is going to stay as is, but the cover sheet to add it up to the total value of the project needs to be adjusted.
Okay, so is there a way to approve the change order?
I guess kind of
Based
reach out.
on the revision that he'll send us? Is that what you mean, that we approve this?
That's one, what was somebody else
Hey,
saying?
can we wait till next meeting? to
Project
approve it?
goes
Well,
over
that's-
basically before our
Yeah.
next meeting.
December.
Which is a month from now.
Yeah.
But will they do the work?
Is the project gonna be, when's the next meeting, December?
Ken,
Can you do it contingent upon it?
We can
Right,
approve
can we,
the,
yeah, can
I
we
would
give
think we
them
can
a,
approve the amounts of change order or change orders. They have to go fix the arithmetic
right,
that explains it. That's,
What if they don't fix it correctly, I guess is what I'm thinking.
we know what the amount is.
Well, so here's, yes, we can approve it with some wording in the motion contingent upon. And if they give us another change order page, cover page with the numbers aren't right, we're gonna send it back and say, that's not what we said. Do it again.
This is good.
The application for payment is correct. We can do that, right? That will be done with invoices. But we just need to get the math and the indications on the change order corrected.
If we possibly just say that the cover sheet of the change order proposal needs to match the cover sheet of the application for payment.
That's what you need to tell them.
Mhm.
But craft a motion that, are we ready to do that? Then we can,
I think we can, correct?
can we do a motion? Approval to proceed based on,
The correction of those
Correct.
documents being the same, I guess?
and then we'll need to say an amount.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would
Okay.
say you're approving the change or contingent upon the following changes. And say
Or
the
corrections.
changes, right, corrections, and then say basically that it's contingent upon receipt of a revised.
Yeah,
Cover sheet, yeah.
so
Got all that?
Does it have a change order number? Change order, is it a change order
Yes.
proposal?
Yeah, there's a change order number here.
So that's what the motion would say.
Yes.
Make a motion to approve change order proposal number, whatever. In the amount of, whatever the amount is, contingent upon our receiving a corrected document, or whatever you want to call
Cover
it,
sheet of the,
cover sheet of the change
of
order
the change
proposal.
order.
We're talking $1,273.
So,
Well, it's actually 33, but I'm just saying, but I have the allowance, but you still have to, account for it.
so we make a stab, Tom started, do you want to keep going with making a stab at the
So you want to make a motion?
Yeah, sure. Make a motion to approve change order number 240, Save More Cooling and Heating, change order number 240055-4,
Dated 11/3.
dated 11/3/2025, in the amount of $1,273.32, contingent on Save More adjusting the paperwork.
The cover sheet
The
of
cover
the,
sheet.
of the change order.
correcting it, maybe you say correcting. it.
Correcting the cover sheet of the change order to match the cover sheet of the requisition payment.
I think so.
I think that works.
Is that right, Rick?
Yes, yes, it is.
Seconded?
There, second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye, motion passes.
We don't need to discuss it any further.
Right.
We've already.
And then Rick,
Yeah.
make sure that the increase is highlighted and then the decrease on the line item.
Correct, correct.
And that the signatures of both Save More and Kohler Ronan are on it, and then we can get it signed by the town. But still, get them going on the work and don't wait for us to give them a signed change order.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah. Like I said, they're electrical. They've got a lot to do, so we'll get this. And I should have this, if not tomorrow, by Friday.
So you'll get that to Tom or Roger, and they'll deal with getting it signed and then scanned and then sent back to you to go to Save More, but also a copy filed with the town clerk.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, right, so that's why my math still.
Yeah,
that's adding up.
Below that, the 22.
Okay.
What happened? So
All right, so that's the change order. So Tyler, you realize so evidently it's a go with that electrical run into that lobby heater or the stairway heater thing.
Yes, thank you all for muddling through this so we can get that refed.
Great, okay. Okay, so I guess what's left for this is the invoice review and approval.
Actually, I don't know if you guys addressed it at last meeting, but Jennifer, did we ever figure out if we are good on the insurance? Through the,
Hold on, I'm trying to get my camera to, all right, I can't get my camera to work. Can you hear me?
we can hear you.
Yes,
Okay, yes. So, there's no additional cost, but right now the end for substantial completion in the insurance or for the builder's risk insurance is at the end of December. I believe it's December 20th. I'd have to double check. So they're waiting for me to give an update on when we will be substantially complete. And then at that point, the builder's risk would end, and then we would go back to our normal insurance to carry us through commissioning. So there's no additional cost. We just need to be specific about when the actual construction ends, which is tied to the substantial completion date.
I have a question though. Evidently, because it's late in the season, what I've understood is that some of the, equipment cannot be fully tested until next spring when there's a heat load and everything.
Yeah.
So how does that carry over with insurance or, any liability?
Well,
that's, because
That commissioning work is not considered construction.
Okay.
So the construction work is what's happening when they're, using cranes to lift things on the roof, cutting holes in the wall, things like that. So as long as we've reached the substantial completion, then they're comfortable removing the builder's risk, and the commissioning is more like a testing to see if we're getting the performance out of the units that we would expect. So we don't need builder's risk for commissioning.
Okay, all right.
Okay, and in the event that this does extend into January of 26, there would be no additional charge?
Correct.
Okay.
better not, or we might not get our reimbursement, right?
Well, I mean, we definitely want to push them to finish up, right? We're almost at the end of job here, so.
Yeah, we're getting close.
And the conditions, I mean, we might have snow or really bad weather, too. So the sooner it's finished, the better.
Yes.
So Rick, is there any way that you or us, we could put pressure on Save More to make sure that they get the manpower? Remember, that was an issue a couple weeks ago, and they promised and they put some, but we need to finish this, so they need to delegate some extra workers on this project
Yeah,
evidently.
and I talked to Joey about that today, and they do have, I know that Tyler, you mentioned that they didn't have people there Monday night because of the holiday, because they were there Tuesday morning, which is during the day, so they weren't going to be working second shift and first shift.
Right.
But they are getting some extra folks in there this week and next week to bring us to the end. And like I said, the roofers, they're trying. That seems to be a little bit of a pinch point, if you will, to get that. But Joey's trying to get them in.
So no roofer has looked at this. This just came up. No roofers have looked at the situation at this point.
We just found out about this today, correct, Tyler?
Okay.
Yeah, it was just raised to my attention this afternoon.
So I assume this is getting pushed to a high priority situation as far as getting roofers there immediately with impending snow or however we have to repair this.
Correct.
Okay.
And we need to keep pushing because there's a end date as far as when we can submit paperwork for the reimbursement, I believe.
We've done a couple, I think, Jen.
We've done two.
We've done two already, but I think.
Yes, there's 2 submissions. We have more time to do the reimbursement. That's less of a concern.
Everybody has to be paid by, right, Jen? Everybody has to be paid by December 15th, right?
I don't think so. No, I think there's time after the work is done to finalize all of the paperwork and submit it to the state.
Okay. I thought we just had to have a substantial completion letter in place by a certain date in December.
Yes. Right. Yes. We need to finish the work, but we have more time after that to do the paperwork to get the reimbursement from the state.
Okay.
All right. So that's our challenge, Rick. We got to get the work done.
Correct.
Otherwise, you're not going to leave.
We won't let you.
Yeah, we're going to put a chain of ball on you, right? So you can't leave until this is done.
We'll be sinking in the ocean.
Yeah. Okay, any other questions about the project so far? Anybody else? All right, so we'll wait for that change order. And if you can send it to me and copy Tom and Nancy, whatever, then we'll get together and we'll get it signed and moving then on that.
Yeah, it's priority. I'll get that. They turned it around pretty quickly for me, though incorrectly, evidently, today. So I should be able to have that done, if not tomorrow, by Friday.
Good, okay. All right, so we'll talk about the invoices that have come in the last month. And Tom is going to review that for us.
Yep, so I'll handle the invoices this evening. We'll start with Kohler Ronan. So I make a motion to approve Kohler Ronan invoice number 22021 2025.02.01-13 dated 10/31/2025 for PO number 20231457 in the amount of $3,662.50. Second? Okay, any discussion? Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, motion passes. Okay, make a motion to approve SES invoice number 5561. Issue date 10/29/2025, project number 25-061 in the amount of $2,099.
Second.
Second by Dave Olson. Any discussion?
Good.
No discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. I have to say, anybody against? I just said against. Okay, make a motion to approve Save More Cooling and Heating invoice number 18178 dated 10/20/2025 for requisition number 10 in the amount of $417,572.50.
Second.
Second by Nancy. Any discussion? No discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. One more, right? STV.
Yeah, that's the.
Yeah, yes.
I make a motion to approve STV invoice number 87 dated October 24th, 2025.
Wait, it's a,
What's that?
could you do the number again or
Invoice number 87.
usually it has more numbers on it?
No, they're starting over. Remember, he
Oh,
said
the
that they
new-
changed over, so I asked Rick that.
Oh, okay.
And
Right.
so it's not the same as the last time. The number, so now it's
So they're
number
invoicing-
87
So their invoicing numbers are different. Got it. Okay.
because of the new
Because of the
accounting
new
system.
accounting system.
Right.
Right. Sorry.
No problem.
No, that,
Good catch.
I asked that. I said, well,
So to repeat, invoice number 87, new software, in the amount of $4,890.
Second.
Second by Nancy. Any discussion?
Well, just one question. How close are we getting? Does it have it on there or is it different? I didn't look at it.
We have, it looks like one more payment.
Well, it's like in the contract amount, how much more do we have to say? Or is it set up differently than the other ones?
I don't have it in front of me, Nancy, but I know Mark had mentioned last meeting that he thought the budget looked good. Naturally, depending on how many more meetings we have, but I'll find out from Mark and kind of address that before
Yep.
the next meeting if need be.
Okay, thanks.
All right.
Yep, so I'm good.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes. That should do it for the invoices.
And I think we're good with everything.
okay, Rick, thank you. Jennifer and Tyler, as far as the HVAC project, now we're gonna go to the roof in a minute. Okay, thank you, Rick.
Okay, thank you all. I appreciate all your cooperation, and I'm still here for a couple more weeks. So
Okay.
you know, I'll keep Mark informed on all the communications going back next couple of weeks, and you know, kind of work together, and I'll keep him up to date for the next meeting. All right.
Okay.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah,
Congratulations on your retirement.
Yeah, congratulations. I hope you and your family enjoy your Thanksgiving holidays, okay?
You as well. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thanks, Rick.
So,
Hey, just 1 second.
Got anything on the roof?
I don't see anything new for that.
Okay, so as far as the roof, just one second, I can give this to Ken, maybe pass this down to Kathy. So that's that one. So as we know for the roof project, the bid was approved by the Board of Selectmen and the Board of Finance, $73,200. And Jennifer and Tyler are working on contracts. And today Jennifer let me know, because I'm writing up a summary for the Board of Selectmen, that they're in final negotiations. Is that correct, Jennifer? And I guess
Well,
within the next week or so, I mean, the contract proposal.
So Melanie O'Brien, our town attorney, is taking the lead on the contract negotiations. So she has received a draft from Silver and Petroselli. She's reviewed it. Tyler and I are meeting with her tomorrow to talk about it, and then she will need to send her feedback over to them, and then it might take several back and forths. That's pretty typical with the two. Usually, there's two legal teams going back and forth, and they have their things they like to see in the contracts. So I would expect it'll probably take a few more weeks before the contract's finalized.
Okay.
Well, that's,
Alrighty.
well, that's good news.
Yeah.
So anybody else have questions about that? No?
Yep, we will.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Jennifer.
All right. Have a good night.
Yep. good
Okay,
night,
enjoy your Thanksgivings if we don't see you. Thanks.
You too. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Okay. The next. Let's see, is anybody else on? No one else yet. Okay, I don't know if Jonathan. All right, so the next agenda is the animal shelter. We still don't have any sighting yet. So for the summary that Nancy wrote up earlier and that I just kind of edited, they're still working on siting. They're thinking of possibly a lot within the Francis Clark Industrial Park, but that's not up to us at this time. And in the meantime, I guess a few weeks ago, the roof had a failure, and some insulation and roof material came down, what I understand, within the building and hit that big dog. So I wouldn't go near that dog if you were.
It's still there. I didn't think the dog was still there.
Yeah, it's what I understand. It's still there. I don't know if it's a legal issue or what's going on, but what I understand is that they're either they fixed the roof or they're trying to fix the roof. Kat, do you have anything that?
Yeah, I was, basically there was a failure where the roof, they came out and inspected it, it failed. He wants to know how to fix it. On the Sallyport side of it, we had tarp over it, and with the high winds, it got shredded. So now that's not even protecting what little's left of the roof. So we brought in a contractor to give a quote on doing repairs to the Sallyport and to the main building, and to do something with the insulation. And so he gave us a quote, that's for before the board of selectmen, I think on the 18th, and then the board of finance on the 19th, hopefully.
Next week?
Yeah.
Okay.
So hopefully we only got the one quote because we're just trying to get it through.
Emergency kind of.
Right. And hopefully it's going to be a good enough repair to get us,
Through a few months or whatever, yeah.
for
Until we-
construction. So
So is it the understanding with your people you're getting the quotes from that it's not another tarp thing, it's gotta last a little
that'll
while?
last a bit because not for nothing, it's a state inspection thing too. At this
Yeah.
point, when the state inspector comes out, he needs to see that some of the roof stuff was addressed and that the insulation has been addressed. So
Okay. Because with the site, figuring out a site, and as we've had, not we who here, but public site has had in the past with other projects, finding a site, like we're usually not tasked with going out and buying land or, so we're having to, you know, do the same thing we've done on a couple other projects, is finding town-owned land that's appropriate. I think that's probably the best way to go about it. We don't want to spend it more money.
Yeah, I mean, ideally where it is, right? That's the thought. The thought was to make sure that's viable to maybe move it over or something.
That would need to be checked too, yet
Yeah, like.
I don't think any of us have that kind of expertise to
Yeah,
see.
no.
We would need to, you know, if we have like, they put together that list and we say, maybe we have somebody that's civil engineer, or somebody has that kind of background, ask for, you know, check 3 or 4 sites that the town owns, and is this appropriate, is it big enough, etc. That's something that we'll have to kind of go over, I think, with either John or Eric, or both.
I think John's gonna plan on giving you guys, once he kind of gets out through different, we're vetting them out right
Okay,
now.
yeah,
And then we'll probably give you something with a layout of what we currently have designed on the locations. And
got it,
then
and see which works best.
what works best, and then you guys would have to make the decision to go forward on what sites and if you have to do.
Or ask somebody if we need input from somebody with more expertise than we have. Okay,
Yeah, I thought the plan was that the existing site would be the first choice if it is usable or
If
feasible.
it's ruled out, yeah.
And if it's ruled out, then we need at least two
Yeah.
or
Two
three
other sites to
backups.
check out.
That's what I mean, that hasn't been ruled out yet.
Right,
Right,
hasn't
right.
been ruled out, so,
Might pursue the other ones right away.
yeah.
so we might have to put out either an RFP or some kind of bid proposal request, like from a couple of different people to help us scope it all out.
Yeah, I don't know if the thinking has changed to that, to find just a generally better site, or if it's,
I think that it's the existing, and then they're looking at probably a couple of alternatives. And then it would be a matter of, like you just said, having somebody vet out those 3 locations to say what one would be the best location for what we're trying to build.
gotcha.
Because I kind of don't think that we could say that the existing location is no good. And then go to the Board of Selectmen, Board of Finance and say, well, we just say, you know, I think we may need to have some kind
Yeah,
of,
they have to test some sort of, can they ground hold the building, you know.
or something,
Right.
yeah, some
Yeah,
kind of.
just, it makes the whole thing more efficient instead of
Yes.
starting with the one site and then.
Yeah,
finding out
but
it's-
I think the issue also is, we don't want to put the cart before the horses. We have to have some type of what the basic plan may be by someone, to say that we need so many square foot, what the
Right,
footprint,
which
and then will that fit in
to the existing
President,
site.
this
and then,
X,
yeah,
Y, Z?
which is what John's been working on.
Right, yes, right.
We
Yeah.
looked at other locations and came up with a design, sat down with David Shanley, went through it, and, made sure that it had what his needs were, what he feels for now and for
What the state
Right.
says, yeah.
what the state
Right.
recommendations. So,
Because I know that they came up with just a very draft one that's on the shared drive, but that
Yeah.
was just a,
It's a draft,
Hypothetical,
it's
right.
not an
I
architectural.
guess, does the
drawing.
state have recommendations to size, though? I know officer, he said he wanted X amount of pens and all that stuff, but does the state have recommendation for
yeah, for
population or
run,
something?
how
Or-
much the runs are.
But
doors.
even like a population of this, assuming you need this many kennels or whatever.
I don't know that they have it that much, but like I said, Stephen already had said that what he currently has is what he would want. He wouldn't want to go down in size, but
Yeah.
really he wouldn't want to go up in size. We did change some of the sizing of the kennels so that there's larger kennels.
Like bigger animals.
So a bigger animal wouldn't be in a small cage, so it's a bigger, and then there's, regular size kennels. But they all would have outdoor runs now, that kind of thing, which that's state code.
So the list of properties on these, you're narrowing that down, or they're narrowing it down
Yeah,
further.
Yeah, we're just looking at them and
Yeah.
he's doing, we're putting them on there and trying to.
I know, like
We still
Paul
have
Street,
to
you,
add
you
it
can't put one by the sewer plant, but then when you use that building, I don't think,
Down at Paul Street?
yeah,
That's.
I didn't see it on the list, that's why.
No, it is a site. I don't know if it would be a site for that, but again, I'll mention it. Because we've looked at a few different ones.
Yeah, and the Crow Field one, I couldn't get behind that one at all. Just
Yeah,
because I don't think the town has enough recreational areas. I can't see taking anything away, but that would only be my concern. Again, it's ultimately not up to us. But
Right, because we can't say, oh, let's
Yeah.
use this spot and take it away from. Park
yeah,
and
I
Rec,
just mean
or
as a,
Take
you
it
know,
away from a
as a
different
citizen of the
department,
town,
yeah.
and I know
Yep.
they're always short of field. There's
Yeah,
never enough
yes.
open space like that. So I
Which
can't
is
the
see
thing, as we
eliminating it.
originally looked at it though, we were thinking more that you could still probably have both. It would just be more, the
Yeah.
parking would have to change.
Plus those Punchies condos, folks there, I don't know, it probably echoes there too with that big rock on the side. Anyway,
And if we have to do any like walk around kind of thing to check things out, we could sort of figure that out. in the Future.
I'm sure Jonathan has a lot going on, but do you think he would have this for the December 10th meeting?
I'll tell them that. It would be nice.
Well, we can ask them, Roger and Tom, you can ask them.
Okay,
you know.
Yeah, I just wrote that down, that, we're gonna ask them to brief us, at the next meeting
Yes, that would be good.
of the status,
for both.
whatever that is up until that time.
Yeah, I don't know if this roof situation has kind of put things on more of a front burner for the animal shelter at this point.
I think it's up the priority for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the garage, highway garage, and this is kind of on par. They're
almost the same, yeah. Especially now that you're starting to put money into the building for the roof, it's like, you know, at some
Yeah.
point, I know it needs to be because it's not gonna happen overnight, but at some point you gotta just, all right, what are we doing?
For the Wells Fargo Bank.
Now, that's a maintenance thing for the roof, so we don't get involved with the repair of the roof there.
No,
That's,
that's a
that's a maintenance for the
That's on.
DPW.
You're doing the repair, okay.
EPDM?
What was that?
What's the roof material now?
It's a flat roof.
It's a tar
membrane, so,
plastic.
yeah.
You're saying it's a tar.
It's probably tar.
Yeah, and they
Tar.
talked about a silicone, type of silicone, you know, to go over the top.
Right.
of it, to kind of seal all the holes.
Some parameters.
Could we, put the animal shelter at the old Wells Fargo Bank?
You'd have to buy that.
That's
Right
You'd have to
downtown,
buy that.
Either one,
or Agway.
there's one.
Talked about that too.
I think Agway's gonna go on residential.
Okay, so we'll put that on the back burner until next, meeting. So the highway garage, the roof replacement, the good news is, bids were approved, contracts are out, they're all approved. And, Jonathan and
Have they
Eric,
been signed?
no, they were signed, approved, and now they're working on, an initial meeting, a virtual, like, I guess like a half hour, for staging and the initial assessments, prior to meeting out at the, site. I thought maybe the first initial meeting would be at the garage there, you know, to really, but according to Jonathan, I guess the two owners want to do it first on like a virtual type of a Zoom meeting or whatever, a team meeting. So I guess maybe myself or Tom or Nancy will be on that, maybe the next week. They just
Because
asked
they
for
just need to
availability.
Not having a quorum.
Right. So if anyone's
Right.
really interested, I could bow out, or it could be Roger.
I don't, it doesn't need to be me.
Okay. Three is not a quorum, so if anybody else wanted to join, just let us know.
I kind of think, at first, when John said, or Eric, I think it was that Eric said, what's the usual process? It's like, kind of don't have a usual process, but I can understand that they want to get started, but they kind of want to know, like, who are the players, you know what I mean? So it's kind of all of us, but at the same time, we don't all need to be at the meeting. If a couple, three of you want to be at that meeting and can call in, you know, from your phone or from whatever, do that. And, that way they see some faces of people that, because I kind of think once they get to the point of having their assessment done, their report, it's kind of neat to come to us. If it goes through Eric and John, we're gonna have questions. So the two of them might need to be at a meeting with us at some point when they finish their report and come up with whatever their recommendations or assessments are, I'm thinking. I don't know what anybody else thinks.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
How long does it take? I guess, how long will it take them to, what's the time frame?
I don't think they have it. So you mean for this initial
This initial
kickoff
meeting?
meeting?
After the meeting, I mean, the actual, for them to get in there and, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but
assessment
so that's
I mean, is
what
that
this meeting's going to, I guess, focus on. Oh, we're gonna need this.
Hoping not 6
Where do we get
months.
the lift?
Yeah.
All of that, staging. I guess they want to talk about staging.
And then how they coordinate with all the people working in there, if they've got a lift on there, they drag it in there on a Tuesday and it's snowing and they gotta get all the trucks out and start plowing or whatever. All that's gotta get coordinated, taken into consideration.
I could be making this up, but I think I heard something from contract to, drawings or assessment was like 3 months.
Who's the contractor?
It's the assessments that are gonna be done. They're
Yeah.
not doing the work, they're doing assessments.
There's an engineering firm for the steel, and then there's another thing for the actual roof, what is needed.
We have that contractor yet?
Yes,
Yeah. No, well, yes, we have both contractors. We have contracts already signed. And so the initial meeting is gonna be, I guess, the next week on the Zoom Teams
Coordination.
by one of us, just to see how do we stage.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna start.
so yeah, it's kind of like a coordination meeting.
Yeah. Okay, so anything else on the highway garage? Okay.
I was gonna say, if you communicate with Jonathan or Eric, I'd say put it on as soon as next week, as soon as everybody's available, because I think they're gonna be up against the weather too.
Yeah.
I know that.
Yeah.
I said almost, most mornings are good for me, so I don't know if anybody else got back to him, so if you're interested, get back to him, or Nancy, I'm just saying, or anybody else, just say, yes, I'm available. Mornings, afternoons, whatever it is.
Did you send an email out already or just saying who wants to be on this meeting?
I didn't yet, because
Okay.
it just came out, Jonathan
Okay.
just said something the other day,
Alright.
so let me know. How about that? Let me know if anybody has interest, if you're available during the week.
I'm available,
Okay,
usually.
okay. I'll let you know then.
Not too early, not too late.
Just right. It sounds like the three bears. Okay, the last thing is the Muni Center renovations. There is no update as far as I know. For the Board of Selectmen, I'm basically having the same thing that Nancy wrote. I think he had one or two items. So there's nothing yet. I guess what we need is a commitment by the Board of Selectmen to say yes, to start going, and we can then.
Well, right, and they're gonna say, well, you need to advise us, and we can't advise them without the information we
Right.
need.
Drawings and plans
We
and
have to spend
codes.
money, how much
know.
money they wanna spend, so.
It's always about the money.
I mean,
So-
do we have a duty as a commission to pursue these things if no one's really pursuing them?
So they've been assigned to us. And the last meeting I had with Dan and Rachel from Park Rec to kind of, here's where we are when BMP had given us that possibility of having to spend, what was it, like $95,000 on plans, which included a full building assessment. Do we need a full building assessment? It shouldn't be that much. And what we get assigned projects, yet we're not always told, and this is the kind of money we want to spend, or this is the time frame we're looking at, et cetera. So according to the charter, our responsibility is to advise the Board of Selectmen. So we may need to advise them to get to their next meeting would be next week, right? The 18th?
The 18th is the Board of Selectmen,
Okay,
Tuesday. Yeah.
so I would say, don't assume that their meeting, we're gonna go there and that you're gonna go there and give a report. You may need to, like tomorrow morning, email Dan and Mary and say, this is our plan. If they changed the meeting, they might have changed it, who knows? You don't know what's going on as far as them needing to get certain things done quicker, so just check in with that. And then
I did email Mary and, I said, for the summary for next week, when do you need to buy? She said Friday. So I sent it out to you and Tom for any comments on it.
Yeah, I've
And let
been-
me know, and if it's okay, then I'll.
Yeah, I've been downstairs.
No, I know, you've been
on the
busy.
election all day, so paperwork stuff.
Yeah, so I just had to get it to her on Friday then.
Right, but you want to make sure too that they are meeting and that
Yes,
you can be a part of the
Yes.
meeting, or we can be a part of the meeting.
yes.
Um,
Yeah, if you guys want to.
When do they seat the new board of selectmen?
So December 1st is the swearing in ceremony. And theoretically, I mean, the Board of Selectmen meets the second and third, or the first and third Tuesdays, usually. They have lots of special meetings when they need to, but first and third Tuesdays. So theoretically, they would have the swearing in ceremony that Monday night, December 1st. And they could be the next night, that Tuesday.
Okay.
And it would be Dan, Brian, and Penny. And, so that's, and then other boards and all the swearing in happens on December 1st. Everybody's invited to attend. I think it's at the high school. They'll put an announcement up about it. It's always kind of cool just because they swear everybody in and
A lot of swearing, huh?
a lot of swearing at people. But it's kind of fun just because,
Yeah.
you know. And then the people are getting, they get sworn in by Lisa, or not, well, actually not. That night they get sworn in. I think Steve DeMora is going to do it, just probate. And then they start going to their meetings the next day. They should.
Okay, just one last thing. A month ago, I said something out there to everybody. I don't know if there's any interest, instead of just sitting on the board, I just thought possibly that you may want to have some interest on some of the projects. So I put your names down and I just thought who may want, like Tom, I said, the highway garage roof, the high school roof projects and the invoices. I said, you know, Nancy's still going to be with us. So of course, with the HVAC project, because she has the most history and of course Dave does too. And then, you know, so if there's interest in that, let me know as far as maybe a lead, or at least you could have some input and take a lead if you have to make a call during the day or something, and then get back the information to me. So I don't know if there's any interest, let me know. I sent it out last week. I just thought it's better than just sitting here and just listening, you know.
Because I think with that many projects assigned to us on our agenda, that having, you know, each person have a little bit more kind of,
Yes, say into
Contact
it, yeah,
or-
contact.
you know, being sort of not really in charge, but being more of a go-to contact person would be helpful, I think, to everybody.
Yeah.
And to Roger as chair, and Tom as vice chair, to kind of keep up with things and make sure.
Do you want to put on the agenda for next meeting? Like a sort of formal thing we can talk about? I mean,
Point.
Yep.
people can think about, you know, what projects they might want to base them on this.
Okay.
Yeah, just take a list. I just came up
Yeah.
with that. If you want to
That's a good
change
idea.
things, or I just thought it would be good.
Great, because if someone had more of an interest in
Yes.
one project, they might want to take that one on.
I just thought it'd be more of
Yeah,
a challenge
no.
and interest
Makes sense.
than just sitting here. So, all right, so I guess we're going to adjourn at 8:04.
Gotta make a motion
Yeah,
to
yeah.
adjourn.
So I make a motion that we adjourn.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 8:04. And I hope everybody has a nice Thanksgiving.
Yes.
Happy Thanksgiving to all.
Yeah.